All right, what's up everybody? It is Ethan here, and today I am coming to you from Boreas Pass. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If not, feel free to correct me in the comments. And as you saw from the sign, I'm hiking on the Black Powder Pass trail and heading up to Black Powder Pass. So right where I am now at Boreas Pass is about 11,400 feet. Black Powder Pass is 12,200 feet. And it sits between, the Black Powder Pass is the saddle between two 13ers. One of them up there, Bald Mountain, and another one over there, Boreas Mountain. And today I am hopefully going to be getting up to both of them. I'm going to be hiking up to Bald Mountain first, so if I don't feel up to doing Boreas Mountain afterwards, then I'll just head back down to down here after I'm done with Bald Mountain. But hopefully I'll be able to get to both of them. I think it's only about 10 miles round trip to do both peaks, and looking at a total of about 3,600 feet of elevation gain for both of them. So not too bad. You do start pretty high up here at Boreas Pass, which is nice. But anyway, I am going to keep hiking in, and I will get back to you guys a little further in on the trail. Should be a beautiful day. All right, so I've been hiking in on the trail. I'm just about at 12,000 feet now, and there are some absolutely beautiful views up here above tree line. So Bald Mountain is up in that direction. That's definitely not the summit. That's for sure a false summit, but it is up that way. And you can see the trail to Black Powder Pass kind of goes up that way. So it looks like the pass is probably right over there, right around where that little hump is. So I'm not sure. I'm thinking I'm just going to branch off the trail right here because it seems like it'd be a little counterproductive to keep hiking up that way. So I'm going to branch off the trail and just start heading up towards Bald Mountain, and we'll see how it goes. So far, this is a beautiful hike, and of course, because it's 13ers, there are I've only seen one other person so far, and they were coming back down, so I'm guessing they just probably hiked up to the pass and then went back. So I'm definitely hoping I have these peaks to myself today, but it is a Saturday, so there might be one or two other people up there. We'll see. All right, well, this is slightly more complicated than it looked like it was on a map, but yeah, I mean, I basically have to head up there, and I know from in the video probably doesn't look too bad, but I mean, that's extremely steep right there, and it looks like there's some scree, a lot of scree. So I was gonna kind of hike around that way and just try to climb up on the ridge, but it looks like that'd be really steep too. I think the best thing to probably do here would just be to head up and then cut left and hop on the ridge right there. It's unavoidable that I'm gonna have to hike up some steep scree, but I could probably do the least amount of that with the route that I'm choosing. But like I said, it is kind of difficult to tell from down here, but hey, at least the views are nice. It's an incredible morning, and up there is Boreas Mountain. That looks like that's going to be interesting as well. It definitely, like I said, none of this terrain really looked this bad when I was looking at the map, but it's definitely a lot steeper and a lot more obstacles now that I'm up here. But we'll see what happens. Either way, I am committed to getting to at least the Bald Mountain summit today. But hopefully I can get to both of them. All right, guys. Well, I made it up that one really steep section, and I ended up finding some cairns up here. So I started following the cairns, and there's actually a little bit of a faint trail leading up this slope. It's really steep, but having the cairns and the little faint trail definitely helps. And I believe, I could be wrong, that could be another false summit, but I believe that's the summit right there. I'm at about 12.8 right now, so I'm about 850 feet or so off of the summit. So that seems like it'd be about right. If it's not that, it's just behind that. But anyway, it is absolutely beautiful up here. Really, really cool. And that's looking over to Boreas Mountain, which will possibly be my next destination. I did start this this hike pretty late in the day, though. I didn't start until 9:15, mainly because I knew that there was going to be perfect weather today, and wanted to wait till it warmed up a little bit. And I also figured that it probably wouldn't be too crowded, given that it's a 13er. But yeah, really cool. All right, well, I am making my way up the ridge. I'm a little over 13,000 feet now. So obviously that one right there is a false summit, but I think that one is the real summit. So not too far away. It's definitely gonna it's mellowed out for a bit, but it's definitely about to get really steep again. But then it looks like it mellows out again before the summit, and then possibly gets really steep again. We'll see. Either way, there was a faint trail for a little while, and it looks like that trail's gone now. It's kind of been intermittent, but the parts like this that are mostly just tundra walking aren't too bad, but there's definitely a lot of talus that you have to hike over, and a lot of it's loose and pretty steep, so I'll take the little moments where I'm on grass. But yeah, wow, it is really beautiful up here, and there's definitely a haze for sure, but the visibility is much better than it's been in some of the previous hikes I've done, so that's really good. And yeah, it is absolutely beautiful up here. Can't wait to get up to that summit. That final push to the summit looks a little like a little more than it did from back there, but what are you gonna do about it? You do have to lose a little bit of elevation getting to the base down there after climbing over this point on the ridge. But I do believe that that is the summit there. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's it. So basically just have to hike down here and then back up. Well, I'll be damned. Hit a little bit of easy class 3 terrain up here on the summit ridge, which I mean, it's not too bad. Minimal exposure, really easy scrambling, but I definitely would consider this easy class 3 in a couple of spots. But I'll tell you, I'm not mad about it. I like class 3. So I wasn't expecting any on this climb, but can't be too mad about it. But once I get over this little bump here, I'll be able to see the summit. Matter of fact, I think that's it right there. Yep, that should hopefully be it. So I'm getting close. So beautiful up here, and just so much solitude. And despite all the off-trail hiking and having to stop a lot to pick the best routes, I'd say I'm making pretty good time getting up here. And man, it's just so cool to be able to climb a mountain like this and just have the whole thing to yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love 14ers, and I'm really glad I got to do so many of them this summer. But, you know, there's always going to be other people on 14ers. And in sharp contrast, not all, but most 13ers are exactly what I'm experiencing right now. Just me alone on the mountain, and it's absolutely beautiful. And that should be the summit right up. All right, well, I have had some bummer fall summits in my life, but this one right here is it's a strong contender for, like, you know, the top 3 spot. So that is the summit of Bald Mountain up there. I checked the map to make sure, because this point that I'm standing on looks like it's about equal in height. So, and it even has a little marker up here like this is the summit, but according to the map, this is a false summit. This is just not a, it's an unnamed, unofficial peak. So yeah, we'll see. And I'll tell you right now, I can see there's a person that's heading off of the summit of Bald Mountain. Looks like they're going down that little bit of the ridge there. And I'm hoping they're the only one up there. If there's more people up there, I might just kind of go up there, get my summit in, and then hike back over here to this point and just kind of chill up here for a little while, because the solitude over here is real nice. But hopefully that one person I'm seeing is the only person, because there are multiple ways to get up to Bald Mountain. There's at least one other route that I know of, and the other route is actually considered the standard route, but you do need a four-wheel drive vehicle to get up there. But man, that was that was a bummer. And it looks like this ridge has quite a few ups and downs on it. There's definitely a lot more to this than what I mapped out. All right, guys, well, this is not a false summit. This is the true summit of Bald Mountain at 13,684 feet. It is very beautiful, beautiful day. Got here in about 2 hours, so it's about 11:15 right now, which is pretty late to be on a summit like this, but as you can see, the weather is perfect right now, so I am good. However, it did take me a little longer to get up here than I had predicted. This was definitely longer distance-wise. This was about 4 miles from Boreas Pass, and I was not expecting that. Based on the map, it looked like it was only about 3 miles, but of course, it did add. I mean, there was one more false summit than I thought there was, and all the route finding and kind of, you know, finding my way, the best way around some of those rock obstacles on the ridge did add some mileage. And also, it's more elevation gain than I thought. To this point, it's about 2,500 feet to get to the summit, but there's going to be about 500 feet of elevation gain on the return as well. So it's going to be more like 2,800 feet all said and done. And because of my late start today, I don't think I'm going to have time to do Boreas Mountain. I'll try, but honestly, it looks like that one would probably take close to 3.5 hours to get to the summit of Boreas Mountain from here. And then once I got there, it would still be about another probably hour to get back down to Boreas Pass. So I'm probably just going to call it good with just doing Bald Mountain, but I can't be upset. This is a beautiful, pretty tall 13er, lots of amazing views, and no other people. You can see Breckenridge, the town, the ski resort, all down there. This the 10-mile range. There's Quandary Peak right there. Father Dyer Peak over there, which I just climbed not too long ago. And Pacific and Atlantic Peak. Over there's the Mosquito Mountains. There's the Decalibron and Mount Sherman over there, I believe. Lots of really beautiful views up here. You can see there is a little bit of a haze looking to the south. It's not too bad. Matter of fact, through the haze a little bit there, you can actually see Pikes Peak right there, which is cool. That's pretty far away, so that shows that you know, the haze isn't too bad today. And then over there is Grays and Torreys. Back over there, Bierstadt and Evans. And this is a 12er. I forget what that's called. I'd have to look it up. But I actually was considering doing that, climbing that peak instead of this one. But I think I made a good call. Over there, that's Lake Dillon, Silverthorne, Frisco, all down there. Man, visibility is actually pretty good today. And if you look off in that direction, you can see that smoke coming up from the mountains back there. That is the Williams Fork fire. Unfortunately, the Williams Fork and Cameron Peak fire are still burning up north. So hopefully they'll be out soon. All right, well, I am heading off of the summit of Bald Mountain. And man, that was awesome. Despite all of the heartbreaking false summits, that was a really cool peak to climb. And I had the whole thing to myself the entire time. I've seen two other people today. One person I saw was down at the pretty much at the start of the trail up to Black Powder Pass, and then the one other person I've seen thus far today was I ran into him right around between the actual summit and that false summit up there. So the whole time I was on the summit, I had the whole thing to myself, and I enjoyed it. I stayed up there for over an hour, which is not something I typically do, but I really couldn't help it, considering that, you know, now I don't, you know, the weathers were still really good, and now that I've decided not to do Boreas Mountain, I don't have the time constraint of having to get all the way back down to the pass and then up another 13er. So given that, I decided to just go ahead and spend some good time up on the summit, because, you know, sometimes you get in the, you know, especially this summer with all the 14ers I did and everything, sometimes you get in the mood where you gotta like go and do everything as fast as possible. And sometimes it's nice to just sit and relax and enjoy, you know, moments like that where you're standing on top of this huge tall mountain surrounded by dozens of other mountains in the middle of nowhere in Colorado, and you're completely by yourself. Sometimes it's nice to enjoy little moments like that. But anyway, I'm gonna head back down. I'm assuming that a lot of this downhill is gonna be kind of slow going, because there is a lot of uphill on the way back, and a lot of it is boulder fields and scree slopes and off trail. So I'm assuming it might be a little slow going to get down to Black Powder Pass, but now that I have a better idea of the route I need to take, hopefully I won't have to do as much route finding. But anyway, guys, I'll get back to you when I'm further down. All right, well, you can see, well, it's kind of blocked, but Black Powder Pass is right down there. So should be all downhill from here. Really no more uphill left. Boreas Pass is over there, and that's Boreas Mountain right there. Was gonna do that, but obviously decided not to. So yep, and that was that very misleading false summit. I'm telling you, I was like 100% sure that was the summit, and when it wasn't, I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. but doesn't matter. I did make it to the summit. Up to this point, I have done almost 3,000 feet of elevation gain. So that return elevation does bump it up a little bit, but I'm gonna keep heading down. All right, well, that was definitely the worst part to come down. Very just steep, loose dirt, scree-ridden mess. There are some cairns that I did not notice on the way up, and you can follow those most of the way down the slope, and it does give you an easier path. But even if you do follow the cairns, there's still lots of loose garbage that you have to hike over. It actually reminds me a lot of Mount Boreas, with the only difference being that Mount Boreas actually has a well-defined trail, and this, of course, does not. But anyway, like I said, I'll be rejoining with the trail in a couple minutes here, and once I do that, I am gonna hopefully get a nice little run in to get the rest of the way back down to Boreas Pass. But luckily, definitely the hard parts of the terrain are pretty much over. It's just going to be a short tundra walk and then trail hiking the rest of the way out. All right, well, I am back at Boreas Pass and wrapping up this awesome hike. Definitely bring some shoes or boots with good traction if you're going to do this, because there's definitely a lot of loose scree and rock and big talus fields that you have to cross to get up there, but it's definitely worth it. A little bit of route finding. I'd rate that as difficult class 2. There are a couple of easy class 3 moves. You can bypass them if you really want to, but it just adds a lot of time and energy, so I think it's better to just go up and over them. But anyway, yeah, it was a really awesome hike. Got a nice run in down from Black Powder Pass back here to the trailhead, and I'm feeling pretty good despite the fact that I didn't make it up to Boreas Mountain today. Have to save that one for another time, I guess. But anyway, guys, it is, let's see, it is about just after 1:15 right now. So that took 4 hours, despite the fact that I was up on the summit for over an hour. So I'd say I made pretty good time on that. But if I would have gone up to Boreas Mountain, it would have been, I mean, I wouldn't have finished up until after 3 o'clock, if not later. So, and unfortunately, I do have some other things I have to do this afternoon. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give my channel a thumbs up and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys soon for more awesome hiking adventures.